Yo, it's your boy Theo doing another fucking video. We're doing the weekend preview. We're gonna be doing a video on the weekend preview, guys. Fucking insane. I'm going through some of these comments, some of these hot comments. Cucks disliking best fucking insults. It has not gotten old yet, guys. I mean, cuck is just the pinnacle of insults. Cuck, man. Yeah. Woo! God bless them all, bro. God bless them all. This shows me and gives me hope for humanity. Enjoy your Christmas, brother. Base DSP. No, it's more like base God, okay? Oh, Killchan. The few snips of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare campaign I've seen look like typical shooting gallery sections. I guess I'll check it out. Whatever. Let's just get into it. You don't need to go over every single comment, guys.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Well, how you doing? Oh, that's right, I can't hear you. Duh, it's only a one-way video.
Oh, wait.
DSP here.
That was a bad joke. I'll give him that. That was not as bad as him talking about his dick and shit on stream Sunday. So at least there's that.
What's up? Welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, November 6, 2016. As you can tell, I'm in a good mood. Lots of good reasons to be in a good mood. Business right now is on a slight up, which is great. Patreon, everything's going well there. We have a record number of patrons that pledged in October, which are going to allow there to be an Indies Marathon at the end of this month, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. New pledging has begun for this month's goal, which is the return of the Multiplayer Madness event, where you get to play multiplayer with me in late December or early January. And stuff's going well with that. Every day it seems to be I'm getting new patrons for that. And gaming-wise, with the stuff that I'm doing daily, it's been really fun recently. I almost didn't play Call of Duty this year, and I think it actually would have been a big mistake because I'm having a ton of fun playing Call of Duty. If you haven't been around the past few days...
But he got the game for free by a fan donating the $80 bundle, which is fun. Again, I have no issues with people donating games. I just think it's kind of, to me, the way I see donations is it should be games that he would not normally play. Like if I donated to him Skullgirls, for example, that would be different because that's a game that he would not naturally play. Like he wouldn't play Skullgirls Second Encore. He wouldn't. But if I donated to him, he should play that game, but he won't because it won't get him the views. Now, if the guy gave him the game, if he wanted to give him the game, that's his decision. I mean, it's not like DSP begged him to donate it, but is this kind of it's kind of should be like, you know, he's at least grateful. I mean, for some reason, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm overthinking it, but it feels he's more grateful for the guy who gave him the Call of Duty game than the guy who gave him Titanfall 2. That is very fucking weird. I can't really say that I can make a good, strong case for why that is. But that's how I feel. It's just like when he was playing Titanfall 2, he just kept like shitting on it. He didn't care for the story. Now he doesn't have to praise the game because he got it for free. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. You know, maybe discard that. Maybe that's just a poor argument. But whatever.
You missed out on my first session of Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer, which went really well. The outstanding campaign of Infinite Warfare. I thought this campaign was going to be terrible. It ended up being one of the best things in gaming I've done this year. No exaggeration. It actually was that good of a campaign. It blew me away with what they did with that campaign and how good it was. That's now finished and live on DSP Gaming. And I even tried out some of the multiplayer of Infinite Warfare, which is the complete and polar opposite of the campaign. It seems to be some of, if not the worst Call of Duty multiplayer I've ever played in my life. So it's been a pretty interesting few days here with this Call of Duty marathon that I've been doing. This coming week is going to be a unique combination of covering Call of Duty, but also finishing up Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which I'm nearing the end of right now, okay? And a new
Okay.
release this coming Friday in Dishonored 2.
Oh
So I'm
shit.
really excited with what this week has in store for us. There's going to be constant, gameplay coverage and streams of new and ongoing stuff. Several reviews probably will be coming out this week. At least one, if not two, and a new playthrough, all right? Now, allow me to explain how all that's going to happen, but there's one other thing I want to mention, and that is my Halloween Horror Marathon, which took place this past Monday. It went down
Why?
great. People really enjoyed this marathon.
Why are we talking about this marathon again? I mean, we've all seen the marathon, but whatever. Let's talk about it.
Costume. In fact, here's my mask/hat that I actually wore for the Halloween
A
marathon.
mask. That's a hat.
It went really well. I never put it away. I just left it on my love seat. It went really well. 4 games, lots of fun. Dino Crisis, Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, Condemned Criminal Origins, and Layers of Fear. 4 horror-themed games, which I played in a marathon setting. We had constant good attendance on the stream. People really loved that there were 4 games that changed rather than just one the entire time. No one ever really got bored. We kept it moving. That entire marathon is live on DSP Gaming. Now, I know most people don't have 7-8 hours to watch a marathon, but if you do and you're in a horror kick, definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun. And the good news is, a couple of those games like Dino Crisis, and I would probably say Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, I think I would be interested in continuing those as playthroughs in the future. I mean, I own the games, why not? But
Yeah,
right
why
now,
not?
we're so busy with all these new releases, there's no downtime whatsoever to speak of. So right now, that's kind of off the table, but once things starts to slow down, say, December, January, there's typically not as many releases as usual, I would definitely consider doing some of those games as playthroughs, all right? Now, let's talk about this coming week. We've got a lot to discuss, okay? First of all, FYI, I had a ton of new patrons in the month of October. I'm talking upwards of like 50 to 60 new people who had never pledged to my Patreon before, pledged for the first time. That's a great thing, but it also means there's a lot of work to be done to make sure that you all get your appropriate perks. So, tonight, right, I'm not even kidding you, as I finish recording this video, I'll be uploading it, I'll be on my Patreon, messaging all of the patrons who pledge in October. What I'm going to do is, if you have any of the perks where I need your information, which is going to be either if you need the forum upgrade so you can nominate and vote on indie games for this month's upcoming marathon, that's the $5 perk level. The $20 perk level, which is getting your questions answered on Ask the King, which is later this month on the 24th of November. That's another perk level. Or if you did the biggest perk level, the $50 perk level, and I owe you a private Q&A video, I'll be sending you a private...
See, this is what I said in the last DSP video, that I think he should give these perks out to as many people as he can as it goes, instead of doing everyone all in one day. Like that is not very productive, in my opinion. It's just doing a lot of work instead of just doing it like in bursts. Like, because they have until, like, he does the marathon before for them to vote. He could have easily gave them these perks, like, as soon, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, he could be doing these, like, as people donate, instead of waiting for, like, one day to do everyone.
Message on Patreon tonight, okay? I'm doing it all at once. Now, a big thing I'm saying in this video, I hope you're listening. If you pledge to my Patreon, you think you're owed a certain perk level, and you don't get a message from me about it on Patreon tonight, I need to know. Because the thing that's happening with Patreon is people are pledging big amounts, but then they're immediately lowering their pledges. And I don't know if you still show up properly in the reporting that I get. I don't know if you're going to show up as that big amount that you pledged, or if it's going to lower your amount because you lowered it, so you didn't get double charged that larger amount. I don't know if it's listing you at the higher or lower amount. I don't want that to slip through.
See, why not? See, that's kind of like why he should be doing this as people pledge. Like, instead of doing it, like, now. If he's afraid of this happening, because like, so people donate, he sees where they are, and he just leaves that information as it is. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna look at that information in November. It's so fucking weird. He can't do that before? He couldn't do this before it's November. Like he couldn't do to the patrons who already cleared. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting.
The cracks. I don't want people who I owe big perks to not to get them. So tonight I'll be sending out messages. If you don't think you got your appropriate message, please PM me on Patreon and let me know. Say, Phil, I think that you actually owed me this level. Here's what I pledged, and I'll see if I can confirm that. Okay, with what I did do, because I'm smart. I saved every single email from people who pledged in October. I get an email every time you pledge. So if you pledged a certain amount, I should still have the email to prove you did, and therefore I can still get you your perk.
But so he gets the notification in October for when he gets the pledge, but he doesn't bother recording the amount. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm not saying that we're going to have problems. I'm just trying to forewarn everyone in case we do, because there were so many new pledgees. I'm afraid some people might slip through the cracks because it's still a very manual process. It would be nice if eventually Patreon can set it up to be automated, but right now it's all manual work, okay?
Automated? What? How's Patreon gonna be automated? What is like that? Is this gonna like give you like a nice little like spreadsheet? You could just do that yourself. It doesn't take that. It can't take that long. I'm sorry. It really can't. Like we're gonna go on a fancy field trip, guys. Let's see. Let's go to this niche YouTuber. I not YouTuber. Artist. So she gets 210 people to donate. She makes 14.13. She can figure out how to give all these perks for these pledges to people who donate. But Phil can't. Phil can't do that. Okay. Whatever.
So tonight, expect those PMs, and please, once you get the PMs, respond with the information that I request quickly. Because the more quickly you get me the information, the more quickly I can get that information to my webmaster.
Yeah, see, again, I like how he just puts the responsibility on you to get that information. He doesn't try to get the information ahead of time so he doesn't have this issue. But no, it's he gets it and then he's just assuming or hoping that you keep your pledge so he can just kind of give you the rewards for sure, because that'd be easier. But he doesn't record the amount you give the day you pledge. It's like, wouldn't it be nice when you give Phil money that he at least takes some responsibility for that? Like, he knows what money you put instead of you telling him, hey, Phil, I put this amount. I know you could have checked that on Patreon when I put the money down, but here's my amount, just in case that you did not record that, which you should have done. Like, he could have easily recorded that. But okay.
Hopefully within a week here, we can get everyone upgraded and up and going on the forum so you can post up your questions for Ask the King, so you can nominate the indie games, because I want to have about 2 weeks of nomination and then 1 week of voting. That would be my goal. If I could get everyone maybe upgraded on the forums by the end of this week, then there could be a full-on week where everyone will have access to be able to post up the games that they want to see me do indie games of at the end of this month, and then the voting can be like the next to last week of November, okay? Ask the King, obviously if you post up your questions by the 24th, you're going to get them answered, so you're fine there, okay? Private Q&A video, a lot of people say, oh, well, I have questions, but I don't have them yet. That's fine. You don't always have to hit me up with the questions right away, but understand that typically I take 1 day a month to film a ton of these videos. Usually there's 3 or 4 a month at least, so if I don't have your questions by then, which probably more than likely will be next weekend, then I may have to postpone the filming of your private Q&A video, and you'll get it later. But you will still get it.
Why?
Okay?
Why would that? Why do they have to wait? What is the issues with these private Q&A videos? Why does he need to get them? Why does he do them at a specific time? And then it's like, well, if I don't get it, then you might have to wait longer to get your to get that reward. Why? Why do people have to wait for you to do a video? Okay, whatever.
You understand? I've never, ever, never not done a video like that, and everyone who's gotten a private Q&A video really enjoys them. All right. Okay, so all that is tonight. All Patreon stuff for me tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to do 2 gameplay sessions. This may be the final day this week where I actually do 2 gameplay sessions of, say, Call of Duty, because, number one, I want to avoid burnout, and if I play Call of Duty every single day this week, you know there's going to be burnout, okay? And number two, because I need to start working on reviews and such, and I can't work on the reviews unless I have the time later in the day to actually work on it. So, tomorrow there will be 2 gameplay streams. What will they be? You decide, because tonight, on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, which I can actually point to right there, okay? I'm going to post up a poll. The poll will have 4 options. It's going to be, number 1, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered campaign. Ooh, a lot of people wanted to see that. Number 2, more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer. A lot of people also want to see that. After my first session on Friday, a lot of people liked it because I actually did pretty well and they want to see more. Or it could be the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer, which I played 6 matches of today and almost died laughing of a heart attack because it is so fucking bad. It is one of, if not the worst, Call of Duty multiplayer sessions I've ever had. The game is terrible. Every gun's almost identical because none of them have fucking recoil. There's insane wall running and double jumping and just silly, stupid bullshit. There was one guy who literally had no gun. He was just running around with a knife like this, and because of the way they made the game, there's a class that's faster than everyone else. He's just running around knifing everyone left and right. Now, this was something that they actually nerfed in Modern Warfare 1 because it was an issue. There was a perk that allowed you to be too good with melee, and they realized it was a mistake, so they nerfed it. They brought it back for fucking Infinite Warfare, and now it's broken as shit. What the fuck? There's actually a kill streak or a perk or something. You turn into a fucking robot dog, and you slash people with your hands. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It was so hilarious. 6 matches, and it was just like...
That's kind of funny that someone can turn into a dog. Like, what? Who made this?
This is some of the most insane shit you've ever seen. I spawn, I literally take 1 step from the spawn, and I get killed. Because they're already you know, aimed and poised around the spawn, because the spawns are so bad in this game. I can't believe it, and I can't wait to play more. I mean, I'm being so honest here. It's so bad, it's hilarious. Like, I almost pissed myself playing this today. It was so fucking funny because it's so bad. And everyone watching was like, oh my god, what the fuck is it so terrible? So, I am definitely not against playing that again, just for the hilarity factor and my reactions to it. I'm totally in line there. Yes, I will do another session of that if people vote for it.
See, I think the thing is that he is a huge Call of Duty fanboy. I think that's what really is the thing here. Because, you know, with Titanfall, he wasn't that into it. He didn't really like it as much. So when he played Titanfall 2, it was just like, okay, Titanfall 2, whatever, you know, get that out of the way. Boom, that's done. Now I'm going to play Call of Duty. And that's why I think he wanted to get Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It's just that he didn't have the money, and he was trying to like save money for the PSVR and all that kind of shit. So he wasn't gonna buy it, which is fair enough. But so someone donated the game, and he was like, "Oh, finally I can play Call of Duty, and I don't have to pay money for it." Great, and he played it, and he definitely has somewhat of a bias with Call of Duty, which I guess is fine. I mean, everyone has a bias towards the game that they like or a game series they like. You know, everyone has that bias, but it's kind of funny when he tries to be impartial, but he has curious biases.
Now, the final option is the Call of Duty, excuse me, Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland. Yes, Infinite Warfare has a zombies mode. And yes, I am interested in playing it. I've actually had a few people, in fact,
Chris?
Oh, God.
Chris? Is Chris going to play?
Why can't I remember? There were 2 or 3 people. I apologize. There were 2 or 3 people who messaged me already and said, we're interested in playing zombies. Would you like to play zombies? But I haven't planned out playing zombies yet. Therefore, I haven't responded to anyone because I haven't had a set time when I actually wanted to do the zombies yet. I'm almost thinking that
let me think.
Maybe I'll do it around the middle of the week, okay? Maybe like Wednesday-ish. Maybe that'll be the day. Okay, zombies. So if you're interested in playing zombies with me, let's say tentatively Wednesday, contact me, whether on Twitter, email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com, okay? It'll be the usual stream time on Wednesday, but I may do 1 session of this zombies just to see what it is, just to say I've played it for the review. and therefore I'll know what the content is. I'm sure it's a typical zombies map like most of the others. Only this time around, I heard it's very silly.
Wait, so he wasn't planning on doing it? I mean, he got this game and he's going to do a review of it, but he wasn't thinking of doing it until now? Like, okay.
So I'm willing to check it out, okay? So that'll probably be Wednesday-ish, so. But I don't want to put that in the running for the polling yet, because I don't think it's something good like zombies. Just do zombies randomly. I'd rather plan it and maybe have some people join me. So that'll probably be Wednesday. So the poll will probably be, like I said, Infinite Warfare multiplayer or campaign of Modern Warfare Remastered or multiplayer of Modern Warfare Remastered. Depending on how people vote is going to actually formulate tomorrow's streaming. Whatever wins the voting will be first, whatever gets second place will be second, and whatever's third place, maybe I'll do more of that or do some of that on Tuesday, all right? So tomorrow will be 2 gameplay streams, both Call of Duty. What they'll be is determined on how people vote overnight on my Twitter, so please check that out tonight and vote, okay? Tuesday, I'm returning to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm near the end of the game. In fact, I finished most of the side quest lines, and people are like, Phil, do you realize that like you have like one side quest line left with the Guru, which takes forever. The Guru, you have to keep doing these defense battles or whatever. I apparently have like one more optional fight with Frieza to finish his side quest line, okay? And then basically it's just story. I could go do more trainer side missions and stuff, or I could go do the side missions that are in the
Yay,
I
side
forget what it is, like
missions.
the kiosk.
This is what people wanted to see. So this is the other thing that got me really annoyed with the Dragon Ball Z stream was that he did no story. He barely did story, and every time that he was gonna do story, it felt like he didn't want to do it. It was like, I guess I'll do story. And he does story. Oh, a side mission! Gotta do the side mission, and then he goes fast to do the side mission. It's like, why is he more like, usually people are more gun-ho for the story mission, and they're kind of like, whatever on the side mission. He was so excited to do side missions. But whatever.
You can get them, and people were, oh, they're called parallel quests. Now I remember it. People are like, why didn't you do any parallel quests? And I'm like, because there's other side content that leveled me up already. I'm already like level 50 something, and people are telling me the max level's like level 60. So I think I'm already near the level cap.
Oh, that's why he's doing side missions. It's to cheese the game. Okay. Okay, Phil. I get it now. He wants to cheese the game.
I didn't need to do any of the parallel quests this time around. There's so much side content in the game that I didn't need to do them. So that being said, it looks like with another 1 to 2 sessions, I may actually beat Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I've only got a little bit of side content left, and then it's just story, story, story till I finish the game. And by the way, my Boo now is super powered. He's blasting everything with a couple hits and killing everything with the powerful key attacks. He can transform into Kid Boo. So it's been some pretty good progression the past few sessions, and I definitely want to do another session of that on Tuesday, okay? Tuesday night will be more Call of Duty, and it depends, like I said, on what I do Monday. Wednesday will probably be Call of Duty Zombies. See who's interested in doing that with me. And then Wednesday night is up in the air. The only reason I say that is because it's going to be directly dependent on how things go. Wait a minute. I lost my train of thought. Shit. I said Wednesday I'm going to be doing zombies. That's right. Wednesday night is directly dependent on how things go. I may start working on a review. In fact, I think it would be a good idea to start working on a review Wednesday night, because I need the time to work on it. But I don't know if I'm going to have done enough of, say, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare or Call of Duty, Modern Warfare Remastered to work on the review, okay? And that's a shame. I hope that I can. We'll have to see how many sessions and how much I've gotten in by Wednesday night. Thursday, there's only going to be one gameplay session. I'm thinking it may be the conclusion of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Okay, we'll see how far I am and if I can finish it up. Because that Thursday is actually the day that I'm going to be doing all my errands. I need to go out and do shopping and all that day. Why am I doing my errands on a Thursday? Because guess what? Friday is the big release of Dishonored 2. And I'm very excited for Dishonored 2. I really want to play it badly. I hope that it turns out as a good game, okay? The first one was outstanding. I absolutely loved it, and we've all been looking forward to the sequel. So, all day Friday, I'm playing Dishonored 2. I'm going to do 2 streams of it, okay? So, a full day of coverage of Dishonored 2, and then, yes, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you'll see more and more Dishonored 2. that Saturday, so this coming Saturday, what I may do is do a gameplay stream with Dishonored 2, and then later in that night work on edited content. So maybe I work on finishing my Infinite Warfare review if I've worked on it or I haven't released it yet, or maybe I work on the Dragon Ball review, something like that. Okay. So hopefully I can get 1 to 2 reviews out for you by the end of this week. I can finish Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I can at least get a lot of gameplay in of all the Call of Duty games, so that I know what I'm doing in a review. And then Friday, Dishonored 2 starts, and it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Dishonored 2. I don't know how long Dishonored 2 is, okay? The last game was pretty lengthy, so I'm thinking if I could play like 5-6 hours on Friday, 3 to 4 hours on Saturday, 3 to 4 hours on Sunday, and maybe another, 5-6 hours on Monday, I can finish it. Or maybe even if I finish it on Monday before...
I like how he wants to finish it as quickly as possible, but he doesn't rush games, guys. He just wants to play on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and beat it Monday. He wants to beat the game in 4 days. Oh, because he has so many games to play. So many. He's so fucking busy, guys. Very busy.
Work on my review and release my review of Dishonored 2 Monday night. I don't know. I tried to do that with Mafia 3. It didn't go so well. As you all remember, there was so much grinding and side content in Mafia 3 that I didn't get to review it right away, which kind of disappointed me. But that's life. We'll see with Dishonored 2. Is it a game I can beat in a weekend, a long weekend, or is it going to have lingering on stuff that I don't get completed? We'll find out. Because then that next Tuesday, that's Tuesday the 15th, is the release of Watch Dogs 2. Oh my god. So now... Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that week is going to be all about Watch Dogs, okay? Playing the hell out of Watch Dogs 2, because then that Friday is Pokemon Moon. Holy shit. Now, the good news...
I like how he's playing Pokemon Moon, but he skipped the Fire Emblems game that came out earlier this year because of copyright strikes, but now he's going to do another 3DS game. So, like, why can he just rip or re-upload the other 3DS playthroughs, remove the fan art in them, or cover them? I have a good suspicion that he could do that, but whatever. I mean, I guess he can't do that. He can't just put a black border over it or put his logos over the fan art. I guess he couldn't do that.
Here. The good news is that after Pokemon Moon, we get a little bit of relaxation. There's no new releases until Final Fantasy 15 at the end of November. So that'll give me time to work on any releases that I haven't finished, to go back to stuff to maybe that's lingering, maybe do a little bit more multiplayer. I've actually heard that there's a strong rumor that the new character Sombra, I don't know what her name is.
Sombra, like, I'm not big into Overwatch, and I don't even know the game, but her character is Sombra. So fucking easy. But it's like Sombra, bruh. Is it? Man, this name is so confusing. Like, he can't get any word correctly. It's so fucking weird. But whatever. I mean, I can't say Sombra's name correctly.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. Is going to be released in Overwatch around that time period, okay? So that'll give me an opportunity, maybe Thanksgiving week, the next to last week in November, I could do a session of that and check her out because I'm interested in that, obviously.
Obviously.
But also, we got Ask the King coming up on Thanksgiving. We've got the Indies Marathon that's going to happen at the very end of the month. And then, of course, we got Final Fantasy 15. So this month is jam-packed between the Call of Duty stuff I'm doing now, the conclusion of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, right? Dishonored 2, Watch Dogs 2, Pokemon Moon, the new character in Overwatch, Ask the King, and Final Fantasy 15. Just amongst that stuff is enough to cover the month. We'll see if I can squeeze in any other stuff. Now, there is a game coming out this Friday as well. It's called Robinson the Journey. If you're not aware, this is a game that is for the PlayStation VR. It looks, out of all the games that I've seen for PlayStation VR, it looks to be the one that may be like the reason to get PlayStation VR. It looks that, if you don't believe me, I won't even go through the detail. Look up the trailer on YouTube. It has potential to be an amazing game. But you know what other game had potential this year? No Man's Sky. And that game sucked diddly fucking monkey.
Wow. Oh, this game looks like it has potential, but it could also be No Man's Sky, a piece of shit. Every fucking game, Phil, get this, has a chance to suck. Every single game that you buy has a chance to suck. Dishonored 2 has a chance to suck. Final Fantasy 15, Pokemon Moon, um, Dead Rising 4, South Park, all these games has the opportunity or chance to suck. Why is this just now a new concept that a game can suck? Like, well, this game has potential, but you know what else had potential? No Man's Sky, and that one sucked. Well, every game has potential, and they might suck. Every single game.
And I just, you know what I mean? I don't want to get overhyped about something, and then I end up playing it, and it's so underwhelming. So
Then don't get hyped. Buy the game if you're at least interested in it and play it. Like, this is what I don't get. This is what Phil does, apparently. This is kind of how I understand how he buys games. He has to get hyped. He has to fall into the hype train in order for him to buy the game. So every game he has bought, except for Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty, he got hyped for. And he's hyped, and then when he plays the game, he's either disappointed or he fucking loves it. It's these harsh little places that people go to. It's like why some people really really dislike MGS5 because they got really hyped for it. Which I was one of those people who got really hyped, but I went in with low expectations. I really wasn't expecting a masterpiece, and I got a game that I enjoyed. But some people went in. I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be the best fucking game, and then they got disappointed, which sucks, but it happens.
I'm very interested in playing this Robinson the Journey game, but I can't promise you when I'm going to play it, because as you've already heard, all those big high-profile releases are coming out. It may have to wait for, say, Thanksgiving week, and then maybe I take a day or two to check it out if it's a little bit slow and I can focus on it, but I am interested in it. It's just the timing of the release is pretty bad. If it had come out amongst all the other VR stuff last month, maybe it would have been easier, or maybe it's coming out later in December, but no, it's coming out amongst all these releases, so I'm going to have to probably wait to play it, but I am interested in it, and I will check it out eventually.
Okay.
Speaking of VR, the last thing I actually want to mention in this Week in Preview video, I am aware that there is a VR experience available for free on the PlayStation Network for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. What it is you're in the Jackal, which is the name of the spacecraft that you fly around and do dogfights and stuff in space during the campaign. It intrigues me. It sounds great. But number one, I don't know how long it is. Probably short, I would think. Number two, like I already told you, I'm doing so much stuff this week that I don't know if and when I can cram it in. If I can maybe get a little bit of extra time, if it really is like a half an hour thing, maybe I could cram it into a stream sometime this week to show you that I did it and here's what it looks like in VR, okay? I definitely want to do it, but with all the coverage I'm doing this week of all the new stuff, it's going to be very tough to do it and fit it in with everything else. What I'm worried about is that I'm going to do so much gameplay, I'm never going to get to the reviews. And that's going to be terrible because I'm trying to reinvigorate KOGaming right now. As you
But KOGaming, poor KOGaming. I had actually, as I said this multiple times, but I was actually excited for KOGaming back early in January. I was close to subbing to it because I liked the Impressions video. I liked on Resident Evil 0 he did. But after a while, the channel started to get more of a review channel, and it's just kind of boring. And to complain that I have all these games and I can't really do all these reviews in time, and it's not really going to reinvigorate KOGaming. They do different kind of videos. It takes me a while to get a review done. As I said, I'm pretty sure I talked about my process of making a review on one of my other videos, but I've also been working on another series that's a little bit easier to make, which is the Theo Explains series. And that's what I've been trying to do with that channel. Or I try to record gameplay for my main channel, so that way there's something there that people can watch, that I can just upload quickly. Phil, if he has a video series that's gonna take a lot of time out of his day to work on, then he should find another way to make a video where he could just take maybe footage from the streams he did that day and just talk about I played Call of Duty this time, and it was kind of interesting, this and that. He could do these impression videos still, but he hasn't done an impression video in so long. He only done one or so. I don't fucking remember. I don't know how many impressions video he has done recently, but it's just he he's just doing reviews on that channel now. That's all that channel is now. It's basically, and you know, the thing with his reviews is whatever happened to the Hateful Truth. Now we get like clickbait, garbage, thumbnail things. Cool.
You know, KOGaming's been very slow because I didn't make any videos for it for a month. So the 23,000 subscribers I had over there, I'm only getting like 7,000 views on every video I put out.
Yeah, because you have such a big stagnation. Like again, like it's like if I do finish my Ruby Volume 3 review, and I upload that on my main channel, I would be surprised. Surprised if I get over 5 views at this point, because it's been so long since I've uploaded a video on that channel. Of course people are gonna forget about it.
I know if I plug away on that channel, I'll get the viewership back.
Yeah,
because
sure.
they're subbed. It's just that they don't know to check it yet, okay? If I keep hammering in the content and I keep putting out good reviews, I think they'll come back. But I have to keep doing it. And if I have another 2 weeks where there's no content because I'm doing all gameplay and no reviews, it's going to suffer. So I wish I could clone myself. I wish right now I could split like an amoeba into 2, and one of us could go off and do all the edited reviews and stuff, and I could sit here and play the games. It's not that easy. I have to try to balance my time better, and I don't know how right now with the amount of stuff that's coming out and the frequency of stuff that I'm trying to do, okay? So, I'm going to do my best. I ask you to please be patient with me. If there's something you want to see me play and I'm not doing it, for example, WWE, it's on indefinite hold. I haven't played WWE in weeks now. Please be patient. I didn't get rid of it. I am interested in doing more. I am definitely going to be doing some simulations coming up for the holidays, but I need time to do it. Right now, there's no time, no free time, man. Every moment I have, every waking moment is filled with gameplay, or trying to squeeze in a review here or there. So, it is what it is. It's like this every year, you know that.
It is what it is.
At least I haven't really run behind on anything. Unlike a few years where I'm juggling 3-4 games at once.
Oh yeah, he's not falling behind on anything. He still hasn't done the Gears of War 4 multiplayer because views aren't there. Let's see, what else? I know there's another game he kind of stopped playing. Not recently though, but there was one. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Titan! Oh, not Titanfall. Recore! Oh, man, Recore. Remember fucking Recore? Dude, he got that game, did one session of it, and never went back to it. But let's hear that again. Now that we know the game, let's hear that again.
So, it is what it is. It's like this every year, you know that. At least I haven't really run behind on anything.
He hasn't run behind on anything. He just kind of gave up on Recore. Okay.
Unlike a few years where I'm juggling 3-4 games at once, I haven't gotten behind on anything. I am staying up to snuff on everything, and I'm getting...
He's up to stuff, but not for Recore. Recore got... Man, poor Recore. Rip
done in a timely
Recore.
manner, so that's good. I'm at least staying on top of the playthroughs, which is good. There's nothing that's like, oh god, it's lost in oblivion. Thank God.
Recore got lost in oblivion! So did Scarface, but you know, like... Fucking Scarface is a troll game, I guess, but like fucking Recore, that got lost into the oblivion. I'm sorry, but like, you know, with Scarface, I don't really give a shit that much about, because, you know, it was a downtime playthrough. You should have just said that, but you know, it was a downtime playthrough. Okay, you know, whatever. But Recore was not a downtime playthrough. That was one of the big games he played in September, and he has not gone back to it. But there's no games that got lost to oblivion. Okay, Phil.
Thank God some of the games got delayed, because if games like Last Guardian, Final Fantasy 15, if those had actually been released earlier...
Thank God the games that got delayed, but he shat on those games for being delayed. Oh my... Maybe he didn't... Dude, maybe he did clone himself, because this is a completely different Phil.
Like they were supposed to, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it all. So things are working out well right now, okay? That's really it. I hope you're looking forward to all the Call of Duty coverage this week. Again, special thanks to Tom, who donated the game to me this past week, who made that possible. I hope you're looking forward to the conclusion of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I know a lot of people have been following along that playthrough, and they're eagerly awaiting the conclusion. Thank you for being patient, because I know you have to keep waiting when new releases come out, but it is going to end this week. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Dishonored 2 like I am. I loved the first game. I think I actually liked the first game a lot more than others did. Because some people criticized the first game saying it was too much like other games like Bethesda makes. I was like, I thought the game was fucking outstanding. I cannot wait for the sequel. I really can't.
Who complained about it? Because, when Dishonored came out, everyone loved it. Like, I mean, there might have been negative things that people said about it, but like it was generally loved by the masses. And when they announced the sequel, everyone was like excited.
So that, I mean, it's going to be a great week. No matter how it goes, whether Call of Duty sucks or is great, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be a great week, and I hope to see you live on stream or watching the videos on demand. I will say a couple things. Number one, please, when you're watching my stuff, leave your ad blockers off. I just need the help at this point, you know? Sorry, you know, I'm not too proud to beg at this point.
Leave your ad blockers off, but remember, I fucking said get ad blocker during the whole YouTube Red thing. And then I like how he's self-aware now that he's not proud of having to beg people to do that, but it's like, whatever.
Point. I need my business to keep continuing, and ad blocker is killing me. If people would watch my stuff without ad blocker, I'd be making a lot more money, and I wouldn't have to do this kind of stuff. Please leave your ad blockers off. Please like.
See, I like how he keeps saying this as like a. It almost sounds like a threat. Like, I'm not saying it's a full-on threat. I'm not gonna say that, but it sounds like one because he's saying like, well, if you turn off your ad blocker, you won't see me doing videos like this. And if you keep it on, oh, I'm gonna keep talking about it. It's like, so we're gonna have to hear you cry and beg. Okay, whatever.
Streams and videos that you watch and you enjoy, I don't mention that much. Please do, this one included. Please give it a like if you like it. All right, and that's it for now. Things are going okay for now. Let's hope they keep going okay, and let's enjoy all the gaming that's going on. That's it, everyone. Without further ado, thank you to the outstanding amount of patrons that I have pledging in the month of October. Wait till you see how long this patron crawl is. The longest one ever by far. Thank you so much. I'm very much looking forward to the Even's
I wonder
Marathon.
why.
Check your Patreon inboxes tonight for a message from me if you pledged, because you know, if you're owed a perk other than this patron crawl, I probably need your information, so please check those inboxes. And that is it. Thanks, everyone.
Alright. As an added bonus. An added bonus, guys. We are gonna go to Dragon Killer's Twitter, our boy Dragon Killer. Our boy, because he has posted some interesting stuff from DSP's forums. Forums, guys. Let's see. I think there was like 2 parts to it that I think I might want to do. Okay, no, that's too. Well, let's go to the one that he pinned. How about that? So, Rolling Start says they said they made the video because they got tired of you throwing the blame on them every episode of Ask the King when you'd be asked about collabs with them or why you don't talk to them much. They said because you do that every time you do, your fans attack them on Twitter and Facebook saying all kinds of nasty shit. It's been a long time since I've seen that Rambo and Howard video, but however you feel it, I think what really the whole point of that video is just them giving their side of it. There's always 2 sides of the story, and if you want to if you think Phil is on the right, that's fine. If you think that John Rambo and Howard were on the right, that's fine too. I think it's really on both sides, because I think that it's just there hasn't been a good sense of communication with the two. Because I think I think Rambo said in that video that after Phil read a tweet from him in one of his Ask the King videos or some video, he read Rambo's tweet. He didn't want to contact Phil after that because he didn't know if he was going to text something to Phil, if it was going to be read on air or something. And to me, I just sat there and I was like, well, then just call the guy. If you were that afraid to text him, why not just call him? But at the same time, I think, Phil could have called him too. I think both sides could have easily communicated this. I don't know why they decided to do this kind of bickering. And the only way I could see that, they wouldn't want to do that is if they just didn't feel that was worth their time. Or that they just don't want to fucking bother. But it is what it is. I'm going to leave it at this. They're full of shit. Great way to start. I'd never thrown any blame on anyone. But he did. He did throw blame on people. He did blame Rambo and Howard before. He he was like, well, it's because of Rambo. Rambo never talked to me. Like, he said multiple times in Ask the Kings that Rambo doesn't talk to him anymore, and that's why. Like, of course, but, I guess that's slightly not blaming him, but it's kind of is. I simply spoke the facts on the situation from what I knew on my side of the offense. The attacks they got on social media were from upset fans who wanted to know why they weren't appearing in my stuff or even talking to me anymore. But, like, I just don't get why Phil didn't talk to them. Why didn't Phil call them? That's the thing that I just don't get. Is that, yeah, I don't get why Rambo didn't call him either, but, like, he makes this big grandiose, like, statement like, he didn't talk to me. Then you fucking talk to him. Like, you have their number. Like, it's not like some random guy who is not, on my contacts list is trying to talk to me. I don't know that fucking guy. Why would I want to talk to him, Like, but if he was a friend of mine and he was trying to contact me, he probably has my cell phone number. They act like I was to blame, when in reality, they were the ones being dishonest for 1.5 years, never admitting anything was wrong, even though I outright asked them, oh my god, that was exclamation mark, wow. The dishonesty and unwillingness to even admit, there was a problem, which is the real issue here, ballooned into a cloud of drama that they created themselves. Yeah, they created. See, but this is not throwing the blame at them guys. Obviously, it's not. I certainly never harped on them not showing up in my stuff anymore. Yes, you did. He did. Every Ask the King, he keeps saying like he wouldn't talk to me anymore. They don't talk to me anymore. There's pre-streams. There's pre-streams, Ask the Kings, all this kind of stuff where he said that shit. But here he's trying to say that he never said that. Okay. I'd been completely understanding, even trying to explain that John was super busy with his own projects, and I literally defended the guy for 1.5 years, but from his perspective, I apparently attacked him constantly. It's pretty nuts. But like, in that video, when he read his his text, he was basically saying like all his personal shit that all Phil could have just said was, oh, like, Rambo is super busy. That's why he's not really doing a lot of videos, or that's why he's not in my videos anymore. He's just really busy. But instead, he goes on like, well, his YouTube is failing. He's not getting enough views, and he doesn't. And it's like you're going through all this like personal shit. You don't really need to air that out. And that's the thing I don't really get with some people is that why do they want to know the deepest fucking secrets that might not even be their business? Like, there's so many people who are like asking other people like, oh, why did that person do this? Why? And it's like, maybe it's none of your business. But of course, they have to know everything. I mean, these people treat like Phil, like people treat DSP, everyone, like other detractors as if they're running for office. Like, oh, we need to know everything about what Phil does. Oh, we need to figure this out. And it's like, it's fun. Like, the only thing that I'm doing these videos is just go with what is said on the surface and say like, well, he could do some things a little bit differently. I'm not saying that, oh, Phil needs to show us his emails and his tax returns. Like, come on. Let's continue. I completely moved on by the time they made that video last year, but he wanted to do a video about them that year, and he said something about John and maybe Howard in Ask the King that same week. So yeah, he moved on. But apparently my honesty was an attack on them from their perspective. I mean, it's an attack because you said something about them that could get your fans to pester them a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of shitty, and it's not really Phil's fault that his fans kind of went after them. It's not his fault, but if he just didn't like go into as much detail as he did, I don't think that would have happened. He could have just said Rambo's busy, and that's it. He doesn't have to be like, well, Rambo's like really busy and he doesn't talk to me anymore. He left me hanging. Like, saying stuff that's gonna lead to people to believe that there's some beef between you two is gonna cause drama. But if you just In reality, it was their own passive-aggressive behavior that put them where they are, where they were, and still are. But like Rambo is doing a lot of stuff though. I've kind of like dropped it on his Twitter from time to time. He's doing a lot of shit right now. Like he was in an advanced, he was in an early screening for something. He was like he's doing shit right now. So where are they now, Phil? Are they like on the street? Are they struggling? I don't know. It doesn't look like they're struggling to me. I couldn't make them be honest with me. I couldn't make them be honest with me. Well, maybe because they, and that's the other thing. Some people may not want to be honest to your face because they might be afraid. They might think something like, "Oh, he's not gonna like the honesty or whatever." It is what it is. So everything in that video is pure bullshit because if someone doesn't know there's a problem because you don't tell them and then you hide it when they ask, then the problem isn't a valid one. Period. And the one thing I'm getting from this is that he keeps saying that I asked them if they have any problems, but like I kind of believe him when he says that because I did remember him saying in one of these videos that he did send him texts asking what's going on. I get that and he stopped responding to him, but like he didn't try to call him. He just texted him. Like, you know, some people might not want a text from you. They might want you to actually pick up the phone and call them. Like, they even wanted him to call them after they made that video. They wanted to talk about it, but he wanted them to call him. And it's this weird like, well, they should be calling me. No, they should be calling me kind of shit. But it's like one of you has to make the call. But you know, it's at this point it's old fucking drama. I don't really get why people are still talking about Rambo at this Rambo and DSP at this point. I mean, it's 2016 and they're just not doing shit anymore. Okay, fucking move on. Well, you should have called them. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. There would be zero benefit to doing that. It would be zero benefit to get more clarity and to talk to the people who are attacking me, or I'm attacking them, or people saying all this shit about me. Yeah, I would get no benefit for talking to the person who's saying this shit. Yeah, no benefit. Okay. After they made that video, I realized that nothing I did was ever going to repair the problems that I didn't even know existed, and quite frankly, I wouldn't say a single word to them before they apologized to me. Wait, what? I didn't even know existed. And quite frankly, I wouldn't say a single word to them before they apologized to me. But, I mean, come on. Like, they're your friends or your ex-friends. And, like, that's the thing. Like, it's very clear that he doesn't cherish any of his friends. Any friends he makes, he doesn't cherish them. If he doesn't get any benefit from them, why does he care? Unless they're kissing his ass. Like, if I had a beef with my friend, and he has beef with me, and none of us are talking with each other, or, you know, whatever, and, you know, it's getting to the point where it's like, you know what, I should really talk to the guy. I would call. I had a friend back in elementary school that I have had, a while. In high school, we kind of split ways, because he was, I don't know why, but we split ways. He didn't want to hang out with me anymore, so I was like, okay, whatever. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like after years of not talking to him, I started reaching out to him on Facebook a few days ago. I was like, hey man, like it's been a long time since we talked to each other. I know we didn't have like the best of terms, but I think we should like at least hang out and see if we can like be friends again. There's a lot of time that's passed. Maybe we've changed, and maybe we could put the stuff that we said to each other behind us. And he was talking back to me. We were having a conversation. He told me that he was busy with his business, and that was fine. And that was where I left it. I wasn't like, oh, you fucking asshole, that's it. Like I was like, okay, it is what it is. I mean, but I at least talked to him. I at least reached out to the guy. I mean, I don't really think that. I don't think I was in the wrong because the guy was fucking lying to me half the time. But I still reached out to him because I at least kind of valued the friendship I had with him before we split, and I was like, well, maybe we can be friends again. But Phil doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to talk to his friend that might have a different perspective and see where maybe there was a misconception or mistranslation. But he doesn't want to talk to them. Okay. whatever happened about that Final Fantasy 14 podcast invite that you got from Limit Break. Oh my god, this I'm trying to read this text on this like tiny TV, so bear with me. Limit Break Radio. Just wondering. Turns out I couldn't make it that particular week, and they told me they didn't want to do it any other date since it wouldn't be time pertinent anymore. They said they might want me on later in the year after they release of Final Fantasy 15 to talk about it, but that was a long time ago, so I have no idea if that's still on the table or not. Yeah, so why not talk to them? Why does it have to be their responsibility for you to get that cleared up? I don't know. Well, I think that's where we're gonna end this video, guys. I think it was a good video. I think this is, whatever it is, what it is, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.